Welcome to Ask Bo. I am with my lovely wife Maru, and we're going to have an episode of Ask Bo. I know last Saturday at Full Tank Live we had I had a glorious experience. Just being able to, you were there, you saw us. I was able to answer really specific questions and some of the people that were asking, they were in tears. It was just beautiful. It was just amazing. So today, I'm going to ask Maru to read the question. All right, here we go. Yes.
Okay. First question is from Mike Ruby. What's your statement in giving alms to poor people in the street? I'm confused. Whenever I give, I feel like I'm encouraging them to ask for money in the streets instead of looking for an opportunity to work and earn for themselves.
Mike, that's a very real question. And I've grappled with that. We have grappled with that. When we see a beggar in the street, do we open the window of the car and give money? Early on in our married life, we of course we want to help. Of course we want to be good Christians. What should we do? But as the years went by, we learned a few things. And it was Jodine Sola, my dear friend and co-missionary. He's somebody who started He Cares Foundation for street kids, and he helps thousands of street children in this beautiful ministry. They have a building now, and they have livelihood programs, and they send children, hundreds of children, back to school, and that's incredible. He was the one who told me, Bo, the worst thing you can do is give money to street children, because streets are a very dangerous place, and that's where kids are killed, that's where kids get raped. And so your goal is actually to send them back to school or back to their families, back to their homes, and if their homes are fractured, broken, abusive, then bring them into specific homes for abused children, etc. And so here's my answer, Mike. Do not be simply spontaneous. You're in the street, you see a beggar, you see a street kid. Instead of being spontaneous, be strategic. Very, very important. Be strategic, meaning to say, go work with ministries in helping the poor people, because there's a long term. Here's the thing: when you give money, what happens is this: sometimes we prioritize feeling good. When you give money to poor people, you just want to feel good. It's not really for them, it's for you. When you give and you help, it's got to be what will long term be helpful for them. That's the important question that you want to answer. So if long term you're helping them, it's got to be strategic. So there's a lot more work when it's strategic than it's spontaneous. Because if it's such an emotional thing, you give and you feel, well, I did my good deed for the day and that's it. No, be strategic. It will take a lot more work. What we do is we have Anawim, our ministry for the abandoned elderly. We've been doing that for 20 plus years. Houses, 12 homes and a 5-hectare property. We have, of course, street kids for He Cares Foundation. That's a huge ministry that Jodine Sola started. We partnered with him. We have Tahanan ng Pagmamahal Orphanage, a beautiful, beautiful home. We have Jeremiah, our home for sexually abused children. And we have Pag-asa ng Pamilya, a scholarship fund for poor children. On and on. I could go on and on. We've got a leprosy ministry up there in Abra. It's more work, but it is something that will long-term help people. So that's my encouragement to you, Mike. And I know I'm saying, instead of just giving, be more strategic, and it's more difficult, but that's my answer. All right? Let's have one more question before we end.
All right. It comes from Vince DG.
Hi, Vince.
Is MLM business a good business for every Christian leader like pastors?
Oh. MLM. First of all, let me answer the question of MLM, because MLM has a notoriety. Okay, controversial. MLM is if you pick the better companies, the more established, because there are a few MLM companies that are scams, and you don't want that. You pick the right one. Number two, I believe that MLM companies can be a good opportunity for many people to present good products and present them to friends and family members, okay? So here's the bigger question that you're asking, Vince. Is it a good thing for pastors? I can't answer that because I'm a Catholic, and so I can only answer for our community. Like, because each church will have to determine their own policies. So that's very important to ask maybe the overall leader of a denomination or of a group of churches, what's your stand there? Then that's what you follow. But so what I'm going to share with you is what we follow in the Light of Jesus family. We've been together for 37 years. And one of the things we've learned is that for preachers, we're lay people. So there's a difference among Catholics between priests. So we're not priests. I'm not a priest. I'm married. So we encourage, thanks be to God, I'm married. And I'm married to you. Hallelujah. So here's the thing. We encourage our leaders to have businesses. And MLM could be one of them. Okay? The most important principle or guideline that we do is we tell the leaders not to use their positions to promote their products. Like in your prayer group, have a little table there for your MLM products. I'll tell you why. Because your members could be members of other MLM companies. So you do not want to be unfair. But so that's the thing. But in your own personal time, and of course everyone will know, oh yeah, our leader is a member of this particular MLM. They will know that, but you're on stage, you don't promote it. But in your own personal time, fine. Now, here's the reason why we encourage our leaders and our lay preachers to be involved in business. Not necessarily MLM, but any kind of business. Why? Number one, when they preach, they have a wider horizon. They've got stories to tell from real life. And people, their audience, can identify with those stories. Very, very important. Number two, I believe that when someone knows and works with money and business, what happens is, I really believe this, that he grows. And that growth will help in his leadership. There are many other reasons, but that's my short answer. All right? Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So we'll continue to answer your questions. This is just one format of hashtag AskBo. There's going to be other formats. What I really want to do, sweetheart, is to call up people. You send me your question and maybe your phone number, and I want to call you. We need to do the details and the mechanics, but I just want to upload this and just to tell you that this is my way of serving you, our way of serving you. Thank you, sweetheart. God bless you.
Bye.
See you in our next episode.